Fourth on the programme is a Class 4. 1,200 metres is the trip for the next. Not forgetting it's an 11-race programme as well at Sha Tin. We do have a debutant in the field, two in actual fact. Field is headed by Beauty Tycoon. Possibly unlucky on the soft to surface last time out, beaten as a 1.9 favourite. Falcon Turbo third behind Phoenix Light last time out. That was back after a long break. Ice Legend third as well behind Big Two of the 1650. He's down in trip. The debutants are Ching for Michael Chang and Packing Monkey King for Peter Ho. Youthful Deal, 8th on debut, drops to barrier 4 here for Frankie Law and Zach Purton. Young Horizon, a good third at 50 to 1 behind Bundle of Charm last time out. We've got Glorious Lover down in trip. All is ready, gets the blinkers back on. He's been last in his last two starts. And Theta Hedge, blinkers on for the first time for him as he comes up in class. Keith Young rides for Francis Lai.
Good to slow the tempo here, Andrew, on the speed map. Packing Monkey King. Now he led up in his last trial, ran fourth behind HK Dragon, and he led up early in the trial, won by Stolt. So he's going forward. Youthful Deal won't know himself. Just had no luck at Happy Valley, Nick, from a wide draw. From barrier number 4, he lands on the rail behind Packing Monkey King.
Yeah, and interesting that, a newcomer perhaps will go on and make the running. There isn't too much pace from what we've seen from the others. The other newcomer, Ching, will get a little bit further back. I think he'll take a lead for sure. And Lucky Gore and Co, What a Legend, will all get back towards the rear.
OK, a couple of replays to have a look at. We'll start off, Mark, with Beauty Tycoon. Now, he's been beaten favourite odds on his last two starts, but the ground had to play a part, didn't it, last time?
He's had excuses, both of them. He was wide the start 2 runs back when second behind California Veins, and then, yeah, for sure, the grounds had to trip him up here. The winners come right to the outside, Royal Agility. He actually fought on OK. He's got 133 pounds, so he drops a couple. Forgive his last two. On a level playing field and everything going right, Nick, he should be hard to beat.
I think so. It's probably easy to forget. He is just a 3-year-old, and look, he might just be taking racing to finally get to where he needs to be. But I certainly agree with you, Andrew. The ground has to have had a part to play last time. OK, Youthful Deal, Nick. Just one start for him so far. This is him on debut at Happy Valley. Draws barrier 4. He had barrier 10 this night. Yeah, better placed as far as the start's concerned, so that's going to be a positive. And I think he might be the type of horse that's suited to Sha Tin, actually. And what I like about him here is that he's got a tongue tie going on first time. I mean, I'm a big fan of the addition of a tongue tie going on. And look, I don't think he was disgraced here, Mark, and I certainly think he can step forward.
He should come on from the run too, and his trial form leading into that had been good.
OK. Could be an important runner then for Frankie Law and Zach Purton. To the trials, Mark, for Falcon Turbo. Did you like what you saw here?
I didn't mind it. He made up some ground. He hasn't won for a while. It's his first start since May. Douglas White, Lyle Hewitt's in the combination. He does draw wide out in barrier 13. But he's honest, he's consistent enough. He wasn't knocked around much at all in this trial, Nick, so I would expect him to have tightened up a bit from it too, having only raced February, May and then Saturday.
Yeah, winless since this time of the year back in 2020, so it's been a fairly quiet spell for him, and he's actually was partnered by his trainer to win a few when he was a jockey.
What about Ching, Nick, making his debut? Here's a 3-year-old by Frosted, Michael Chang, Luke Curry.
Yeah, I haven't minded his trials, actually. I thought his latest one was pretty good. Karis Teton trialled him on this occasion. He's done nothing wrong. The stable are in good form. Can he win first up? It's a big ask, and he's clearly a horse of interest, Mark.
The Good Deal, the horse on the inside, goes around in race 1, and that's excellent proposal in third spot. But the improvement he showed between the first and second trial will sneak into the top 4.
Yeah, so just the 2 trials for him, which is interesting. Packing Monkey King, he's only 3 trials as well, was pushed forward at his most recent one. Imagine it'd be one to look at in the paddock and the market. Nick, what do you like?
Yeah, I quite like the top one here, actually. Beauty Tycoon I'm going with on top, and I'm willing to give him another chance. I know he's been beaten at odds on his last twice, so he does come with a little bit of a sort of a warning, if you will, but I certainly think he's good enough to win, and I think getting back on sounder ground will suit. So he'll go on top over Youthful Deal, who I think can improve for a tongue tie. I quite like him as a horse, and expect to see an improved run from him. Ching, I've thrown him in for third, haven't minded his trials at all, and he might be a big price. And Falcon Turbo, he's consistent, and he's certainly one you can throw into the mix here. 1, 8, 5 and 2.
Same top 4, just swap the 3rd and 4th around. Beauty Tycoon, everything goes his way this week. He can capitalise on some near enough form in recent times with an excuse or 2. Youthful Deal will be better for that first start and a better draw. Falcon Turbo and Ching. 1, 8, 2 and 5.
1 and 8's the cue for me as well. Could be an important runner though, I think, Youthful Deal, Frankie Law and Zach Purton. For interest's sake, this is the race that Joe doesn't have a ride in. I'll be sitting this one out, but Beauty Tycoon, think he can probably get his maiden victory here in the 4th. The Class 4 over the 1200.